Hi, this is Scott from Bricklanta, and in this video I'm talking about the BrickTrac LEGO inventory management software and storage locations. Storage is really important to anyone collecting LEGO, whether they're displaying sets, or building MOCs, or selling pieces. It's a huge area of interest. Every collector has a different setup, and I love seeing pictures of all of them. However, most sellers treat locations as little more than name tags or remarks to attach to a part in their store. With BrickTrac, storage locations are way more than that. In fact, locations are at the core of how BrickTrac manages inventory. But let's start with the basics. How do you set up and manage locations in BrickTrac? Storage locations live in the maintenance form. The button is here on the bottom of the main menu, with the wrench and gear icon. Click the button and you can see that currently, I'm on build 70, there are 5 tabs. In this video we're going to look at the 4th, storage locations. From here you can add new locations and you can also see all of my current storage locations. This table is sortable. Just click on a header to sort by location name, for example. Each location has a name which defines it. The name is what you'll see and reference when sorting. If you are a seller, it's what you will see, but not the buyer, as the location of the part. It needs to be unique. It cannot be repeated. Locations also have a description. This is optional. If you are not a seller, you can use the description field as a way to give yourself more information. If you are a seller, though, this description is public. Any buyer can see this description as part of the seller note for any part in this location. Each location can have one condition. In BrickTrac, locations can't be mixed new and used. Maybe you're saying, but Scott, I do have new and used in the same location, but they're in their own sealed bags or boxes in that location. And that works. But BrickTrac will have to understand each of those bags or boxes as individual locations in their own right. So instead of just box 01, you might have box 01 front and box 01 back, or box 01 new and box 01 used. Locations are also defined by their state. This can be one of 3 things: unsynced, stockroom, or for sale. If you're not connected to BrickLink, all locations are by definition unsynced. If you are, locations can be either for sale or stockroom, and every part in those locations is live synced to the BrickLink website. Changing the state here will impact your store immediately if you click yes. Depending on the number of items in this location, it can take a minute. Moving on, I'll click no. You can also set a discount level for individual locations. At this time, this is the only way to create discounts. On the future roadmap is a way to discount your entire store at once, but that's not available yet. One thing I do is for parts I mark as filler, scratched or unsightly parts, I discount at 50% off. Sorting an item into this location automatically sets its discount to 50% off. One last attribute of a location is whether or not it's defaultable. You can find more information about this in the video about defaults. But if you right-click here, you can make a location not defaultable or defaultable. Right-clicking on locations also lets you remove it if it's empty, edit the name and description, change the condition, or change the discount. Now let's look at the top of the form at how we can add new locations. There are actually other ways to add, but to create a new one manually, you fill this form here. Enter a unique name, a description or seller note if you want, choose a condition, and a state. You can also choose whether or not this location is defaultable. If you were quick, you saw that I actually have 3 conditions in BrickTrac: new, used, and filler. On the BrickTrac roadmap is adding custom conditions. If you like to grade your LEGO more finely than just new and used, BrickTrac helps keep different conditions apart and can maintain separate seller notes for parts with different conditions. For more on that, check out the tutorial video on seller notes. Before we end, I want to talk about how with BrickTrac you can change locations without changing locations. Let's take a look at box 07. It has 447 1x1 and 1x2 bricks. It's getting pretty full with 447 pieces. So maybe we need to relocate these pieces to a larger container. Let's call it a bin, but maybe bin 24. As far as BrickTrac is concerned, the location doesn't change. The name changes, the physical place in your house changes, but all the attributes of the location stay the same. We can just change the remark on all of the 447 pieces in BrickLink just by changing the name of this location to bin 24 bricks 1x1 1x2. Box 07 is now free and the name can be assigned to store some other pieces. So that's the basics of storage locations. The big takeaway is that a location is defined by you. It can be a bag or a box or a part of a box. It's the basic unit of inventory management in BrickTrac, and understanding your locations can help you manage your collection or store while making the best use of the help BrickTrac has to offer. Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get notified when new tutorials get posted.